Yo! Wow! I can't believe that we actually are up and live and streaming on Facebook
What is up,
and
peeps?
VYPE.
We are live, and that makes me happy. I called you
Yeah.
today. I was like, what's going to happen? Are we going to be on Facebook? Are we not going to be on it? Are we going to have a show?
What'd you do for 6 hours with no social media?
6 hours? I worked. It's like, you get so much more done when you're not constantly checking Instagram.
Oh, I tried to get my MySpace back up.
MySpace?
That didn't work. What's that guy's name? Tom?
Tom?
Was that Tom?
Tom's always your friend.
Tom was everybody's friend.
Tom
on
is
MySpace.
everybody's friend, and he has the
It was
picture like
popular.
this, like he's right.
Dude, we
in
need to
the
bring back
algorithm.
Tom. Like, where's Tom? We need to bring Tom back.
Tom needs to come back. He needs to fix things. He needs to fix things.
Welcome in, y'all, to Sports with VYPE, Sports with Balls on VYPE. We're here at Christian's Tailgate, getting ready for Monday Night Football after an exciting day yesterday. Yesterday was insane for me because of the MLB, game 162 for all these teams, and there was a bunch of implications in these games, and of course football. So yesterday was awesome. Excited to see all that. But the big news of the day was that there was no social media today. Well, at least for a few sites.
Yeah. Well, just going back to yesterday, crazy. The 162 games, the games that did happen, they happened in crazy fashion.
Yes.
With the walk-off from Aaron Judge, first career one he's ever done, I believe. But just some crazy, fun games to
I don't want to
watch.
say good for Aaron Judge because I'm not a Yankees fan, but they did good.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh yeah, let
Jeff,
me try
you
this
got
thing.
a yellow Red Bull. I'm so excited for you to try it. You want to cheers?
I want to feel like I'm on the island, Galveston Island.
I say this is summer in a drink. It is
Golly.
mango papaya Red Bull. So good. It was a summer edition a couple of years ago, and it got such high ratings that they made it a yearly round drink.
It
What
does
you think?
taste like mango. Is that what it is? You said papaya.
Mango papaya.
Oh well.
Those are the flavors. You want to know how I know this?
It's delicious.
I worked for Red Bull.
It is delicious. It doesn't taste like a Red Bull. We'll see how fired up I get here in about 10, 15 minutes.
Have you ever had any of the flavors?
Yeah, I did for when they first came out a long time ago. I went to one of their openings in Austin with a buddy of mine, Andy. We VIP'd all their stuff, and they were just announcing all these new flavors they were coming out with.
Blueberry, lime, cranberry.
Yeah, I just wonder how much damage I've done to my insides between vodka Red Bulls over the years. Like,
See, I just drink the regular Red Bulls.
I was a bartender, for a long time and a promoter. And
Hey, I have a
wow,
question.
man.
You call them laxed waters?
Who? What?
A laxed water? That's apparently the phrase people use for Red Bull vodkas.
A laxed water?
A laxed water.
Never heard of that.
I've never heard
Which
of
is
that.
the opposite of relaxing you. I mean, hello.
I don't know, caffeine. Like, I can go to sleep after coffee in the morning.
Well, you crazy.
I do. I get up, I get my son ready for school, I drink a cup of coffee, whatever, and then I'll go back nap, and then I go work out, and then start my whole day. But yeah, coffee and nap.
Well, then why do you drink it in the first place?
Speaking of coffee, we're going to get to the Detroit Lions here in a little bit, and their head coach after that coffee thing that he had, the Bam Bam. They're going Bam Bam. So.
Anyways, we are so happy to be here with you on Facebook Live. But if anything happens during this broadcast, just go over to VYPE.com, go to the live section, and we will be there. And we're there every show, if you didn't know that. But yeah, thanks so much for getting on Facebook and tuning into us if you are just now coming in.
I don't think they're
Sports with
allowing
VYPE.
comments right now because we don't have any, which is weird. Usually we have like 100. So I think.
I
the
don't know if
comments-
people are on Facebook at the moment because they don't realize that it's back.
Yeah, who knows what's going on?
Because people are just getting off work, I wonder if they're like, oh, Facebook's not happening, so they're not even going to get on. But we encourage you to, and go to VYPE.com to watch us there.
Yep, let's do it. Let's get into some sports, man. After this non-social media day, let's talk about this weekend.
Yeah.
Number one, let's go over. What are we going over first?
High school spotlight?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, the high school spotlight, and this is brought to you by VYPE Media. Get all of your high school sports from VYPE. They will hook you up. Okay, so we're going around around Texas, and some great games and some awesome quarterback play. Okay, so number 10, Katy, still unbeaten. They took down Katy Tompkins.
Unbeaten. They be unbeaten.
They took down Tompkins, who was unbeaten as well. 56-21.
They might be able to hang with Detroit for, a quarter or two. The Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
yeah. They're pretty bad.
Detroit did lose.
They find ways to lose. It's crazy.
Quarterback from Saches, you know how to say that? Alex Orhi, he passed for 200 yards, had 3 touchdowns. He also rushed for 176 yards and had a score on the ground, 42-34 with a win over North Garland. Another outstanding quarterback from Denton Geyer is Jackson Arnold, 24 of 32 passing. That's 75% completion percentage. That in turn led to 258 yards with a touchdown, and then he added a rushing touchdown as well, 35-7 win over Prosper. Then we go to Port Neches Grove's Cole Crippen, 233 yards with 4 touchdowns, a 42-35 win over Dayton. Lastly, ending it right here in Houston with Bishop Davenport, because he has been the talk week in and week out. Even though Spring did lose this week to Westfield, he still passed for 308 yards, had 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 interceptions. So, that was 31-21 loss to Westfield for Spring Bishop Davenport. And that is your high school spotlight, brought to you by VYPE Media.
Man, look, so while you were doing that, I'm just doing my little research over here on Facebook, trying to figure out, because it says starting soon, Sports with VYPE, but yeah, we do have some people watching. Like, it's so weird what's going on right now. Sorry for the Facebook. It says that we started a video and ended a video already.
That was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I see that, Lauren.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, that's not right.
Read.
That's not what's happening right now. That's what I'm saying. It's not what
Enough of the Red Bull for you. Enough of the Island Red Bulls.
You like it. You like it.
It's actually not too bad.
It's very good.
It's actually not bad.
Enrique, have you had one of these?
I never had a Red Bull in my life.
Really?
Really.
Why?
I don't know.
Never, no desire?
I mean,
You never wanted, have you ever had an energy drink?
never.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you drink caffeine at all?
No, all I use is my Dr. Pepper. That's
Good
it.
for you.
That's it. Nothing with
Stick
Dr.
to
Pepper.
your guns. You know, I worked for Red Bull, and so I started young, but I didn't start drinking coffee until I was 25. So, being in the news world changed me.
There you go.
Those crazy hours. Anyways, Jeff, let's go to the scoreboard. Break down some of them scores.
Let's
from this
do it. I
weekend.
want to break down yesterday's game. Man, day 162 in the MLB, and it was awesome. Like, it was fun to watch. There were 4 really meaningful games yesterday, and we'll go through the scoreboard real quick. Braves beat the Mets 5-0. Cubs beat the Cardinals 3-2. Marlins over the Phillies 5-4. The Astros bested the Athletics 7-6 on a Yuli Gurriel walk-off, which captured the batting title for him in the AL, which was pretty cool.
And then today came out, Kyle Tucker got the AL Player of the Month.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's I was not on the Tucker bandwagon at the beginning of the season, but, man, he has really come about the last 3 months. Like, he's played some really good baseball. Astros look to build on a little bit of momentum going into the playoffs, which start Thursday. We'll get into that in a little bit. Twins beat the Royals 7-3. Dodgers over the Brewers 10-3. This is interesting because the Dodgers are a wild card team. They have a playoff game on Wednesday.
So here's the deal.
That's crazy. They have 100-something wins, and they are a wild card team because of, obviously, the San Francisco Giants. But
I was going to say, it's literally the Giants. The Giants clinched the NL West, so that means the Dodgers are sent into the wild card game. It is weird.
it is. It's unbelievable. Like, the Dodgers could possibly they could be a one-and-done team if they play bad on Wednesday.
Anything can happen.
I mean, yeah, right? Man, there's a lot of Dodgers fans that I know and that are probably watching the show, so sorry about that. But, yeah, I mean, the Dodgers are a wild-card team. We'll get into the playoffs here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Tigers beat the White Sox 5-2. Diamondbacks over the Rockies 5-4. Angels over the Mariners 7-3. And the Blue Jays, who needed a win, got a George Springer grand slam, which helped them over the Orioles 12-4. Unfortunately, the Yankees beat the Rays 1-0 on the walk-off by Judge.
Knocked out the Blue Jays.
Which knocked out the Blue Jays. And, you know, I felt bad for the Blue Jays because they've had to play in another stadium. You know, they weren't home for half the season.
True. Yeah.
And they were not even in the picture, and they've had a ton of injuries this year. But Vlad Guerrero Jr. That team, watch out for them coming out in the next couple of years. They're young and
The
they're
Blue Jays.
Yeah, they're young and they're good. What was surprising though, maybe they weren't allowing that many fans in because the stadium was like half full. So I don't know if they still have restrictions up there in Canada, but I was like, wow.
Well,
it should
the
be busier.
entire nation of Canada has to be vaccinated as a
Wow.
whole.
All right, well.
Oh.
As a whole, you
Not-
can't even go into Canada
Not
if
going
you,
to
if
Canada
you do not have
anytime
your
soon.
card. Canada is
Yeah.
a vaccination
Oh,
station.
wow. Here comes the memes.
no.
I've never heard you sing on this show.
Because I'm not a singer.
All right. Well, I thought it was okay. We'll get a sports
What
with
do you
balls
grade me?
theme song going, and you can sing it.
Little jingle.
713.
Yeah, a little jingle. This is how we do it. I remember my boy
713.
Reckless.
All right.
Giants over the Padres 11-4, and the Padres. I don't know if I've ever seen a bigger turnaround. For the first 3 months of the season, they were the best team in baseball, and the
And
last
that
3
was
months
shocking
of
to everybody.
and the
And
last 3
then-
months, ouch, man. Wow. I mean, just a torrential downfall by the Padres. Indians over the Rangers 6-0. Reds over the Pirates 6-3. And the Boston Red Sox came back after trailing 5-3 in the 8th inning to beat the Nationals 7-5 to force, in my opinion, the thing that I wanted, and I told you all this last time, the one-game playoff with the Yankees. The best rivalry in sports, one game, New York Yankees at Fenway Park. I'm just jealous of anybody going to this game. I just cannot. That's
It's
just
going to be fun. It's
amazing.
going to be a fun game. But
yes, tomorrow night.
Jeff, I think about this when we watched the Aaron Judge walk-off yesterday. You know what I thought about?
Uh-oh, what?
The Field of Dreams game. As we wrap up this season, the first ever
You
Field
mean
of
the
Dreams
movie you
game.
never saw?
Hey, shut it. We're not going there. I'm talking about Yankees and White Sox. And I was like, wait, did the White Sox win that game? No. The Yankees came back, and it was a walk-off by Tim Anderson.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I was thinking, well, it'd be crazy if both of these teams got all the way. I don't want that to happen, of course, being in here in Houston.
It was 0-0 in that game, in the Yankees game, going into the 9th inning, and of course Aaron Judge gets the walk-off, and it was just a dribbler up the middle, but it was enough to score the run, and that's exactly what I wanted to happen. If you're a sports fan, that's exactly what you wanted. Anything like you wanted that to happen. If you weren't rooting for a home team that was like Seattle and or Toronto, but man, it couldn't be a better game. Fenway Park tomorrow night. Yankees at Boston. That's phenomenal.
I mean, can you imagine both of these fan bases, though, just like going head-to-head at each other? Like, you think we're going to see some brawls on Barstool
most
Sports?
definitely,
We're
yeah.
going to see a
Definitely.
bunch on
Oh,
social media
man.
if all the other channels and outlets
If
come
social
back.
media, yeah, if it's up.
If it comes back.
I mean,
But-
you got Twitter. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh,
We do
my
have
Twitter's
Twitter.
blowing up. Go
We
to
do have
Sports with
Twitter.
Balls Twitter.
Oh, just like, I'm hot on Twitter. Go follow me.
Yeah, I'm on fire.
Hey, follow me, too.
Give me that. Give me that. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, my Twitter.
Sports with Ball
Yeah, Sports with
and
Ball.
Jeff Michael _422.
Yep.
I got
Twitter.
you.
Twitter's fun, man. I've been on the video tip on Twitter.
He has.
I do.
He has been on Twitter
I
nonstop.
put my little I put my betting
And the
tips up
golf
there.
course.
Raiders +3. But I do that on Twitter a lot, and man, it's fun. It's a lot
Okay,
of
so you
fun.
think Raiders, are going to cover, even though Chargers, okay. All right.
I love Justin Herbert, but man,
Trust
I told
me,
you
we
I'm
know
a-
you love Vegas. We
yeah,
know you
I
love
told
Vegas.
you I am a Vegas.
You're like a
fan
silver and
now.
black now.
I am. I need to. You know what? I'm gonna order a jersey, maybe like a Woodson jersey. But maybe I'll just do a Vegas jersey.
No, you keep talking about car. You have to get a car
Yeah, I think
jersey.
I get a car jersey. You're right. Yeah, because that's Vegas. The other ones are Oakland. So yeah, because I mean, I don't want to pretend like I was an Oakland Raider fan. I wasn't. I was an Oiler fan. So I'm a Vegas Raider fan. I will admit it. I love the Vegas
He's
Raiders.
a bandwagon fan.
I'm getting on, but it's 2021, and so I'll be a fan from now until whenever. So we'll see.
now until the end of the season.
no.
And that's it.
Unless Houston brings back the Oilers, I'm gonna stay a Raider fan. I think. Go Raiders. Black and silver and black nation.
He didn't even know the colors.
Yes, I do.
Jeffrey,
It's this damn tropical island Red Bull.
the island. And you're almost done with it. Am I right?
I always chug Red Bulls.
They're so good. Okay, let's get to What's Hot, presented by Joe Applewhite Realty. Everything he touches turns to sold. Give him a call at 713-291-5270. He'll help you out with all of your realty needs, buying a house, selling your home, and everything in between. Once again, that is 713-291-5270, Joe Applewhite Realty. Jeff mentioned earlier some of the scores from yesterday, and the playoffs are set. We got tomorrow, Yankees at Red Sox, 7 p.m., and that's just because, like we said, the Blue Jays were knocked out, the Mariners were knocked out as well, and Aaron Judge's walk-off is what did that for the Yankees. And then Wednesday, we got the NL with the Cardinals and the Dodgers. The Giants clinched the NL West, as I just alluded to earlier as well, and yeah, so those are the wild card games. And then Thursday, baby, ALDS and NLDS.
Man, so both of these games, Tuesday's game for the AL wild card play-in, and then Wednesday's game, I think I'm more scared of the Dodgers, or scared for them in this game, because the Cardinals are smoking hot right now. I mean, they look almost unbeatable, and the Dodgers, they've been great all year, but they're running into a juggernaut in the Cardinals right now that have a lot of momentum. I would love nothing better than the Cardinals to go into L.A. and beat them.
Yes.
Oh, I would love that too. Okay, but okay, this is what I was going to ask you, because everyone has been wanting that rematch up between the Astros and the Dodgers. Would you be rooting for the Dodgers in this scenario, that they would get to face each other, or still like no against LA?
Get them out. Well, and here's another reason is Clayton Kershaw's hurt, and he might not even pitch the whole postseason, and that is detrimental to the LA Dodgers. Carlos Rendon will pitch in the playoffs for the White Sox against the Astros. Mm-hmm. All right. I kind of figured that.
Had to mention that.
But he's coming off an injury, so I don't know how good he's going to pitch against the Astros. That's Thursday. But, going back to the Dodgers and Cardinals game, Cardinals are throwing Adam Wainwright out there. Max Scherzer looks to be – he's going to pitch, so, we'll see. Scherzer's their ace now. Kershaw went to the IL. I don't know when he's going to come back, if he's going to come back. Scherzer's lights out, but Adam Wainwright's just as good, and he's a veteran pitcher. He's almost turned into like an Aaron Maddox type, where he throws 88, 89 mile-an-hour fastballs and paints the corners, and that's tough. It's really tough. So, both Tuesday night in Boston, man, if somebody has a ticket or something, I'll drive to Boston.
Drive?
Yes, I would.
Get your butt on a plane.
I would take off tonight and drive there. I hate flying.
Why?
I hate it. I do it all the time, but
I would much rather
hate flying. Oh, I get sweaty palms. I'm all white, until it takes me about 2.5 minutes to get in the air. Or I'll just, go and have
You act like this only you. It takes all of us 2.5 minutes to get into the air.
No, I'm talking about before my nerves calm down. I'm shaking, pale
You're
white.
It takes me this long to get up in the air. I'm like,
No.
well, we're all on the same plane.
No, but I gotta have a couple Long Island iced teas before I get on. It's a whole process. Going to the airport is a whole process with me, because I got to mentally get prepared. I'm almost like John Madden, I'd take a bus everywhere.
We'll just give him some of those laxatives, or not laxatives.
No, I take a quarter Xanax and some Long Islands, and I wake up where I'm at. I wake up and I'm like,
oh look, there's your.
This is awesome. I'm here. I didn't even get nervous. I don't remember. Ask Joe Applewhite what it's like flying with me, man. We went and got on a plane. He left, and I did not. I'll leave it at that.
What?
Yep.
Jeff, we've got to get over this phobia.
It was bad.
Of flying.
Let's see.
Okay, let's
Yankees Red Sox. Hold on real quick.
I was gonna say for ALDS, whoever wins White Sox or Houston will play Tampa Bay. That's gonna be the true tough series. And then for the NLDS, the Giants. And do you have the Braves or the Brewers? The Braves had a little more wins.
Milwaukee is a really good baseball team. They are good. They're sneaky. I hate it because they didn't get a lot of attention, and those teams always scare me.
No, they didn't. You didn't hear much about the Brewers this season.
Those teams scare me the most. It's like the 2017 Astros. They were amazing all year long. Don't give me the trash can crap. They were a really good baseball team. They've showed it since then. No, you didn't hear a lot about them, and they blew up the postseason. They went through L.A., they went through Boston and New York, which I was at game Game 6 of that New York series where Altuve hit the walk-off. That was
How
ball.
fun.
Oh,
Oh
it was
my God.
unbelievable.
How
Just,
fun.
but yeah, Yankees will throw Garrett Cole against Nathan Uvalde tomorrow night in Boston. Just put your TV. I think it's on TBS. But just put your TV on there. Set a reminder. Whatever you got to do. There's gonna be some fights. This is gonna be a fun baseball game. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for the next 4 days. You've got football in full gear, like full mode. We're in week 4 now. They're going at it, and you're starting to see the good teams and the bad teams kind of separate a little bit. And you've got baseball like going into the postseason. You got NBA about to fire up. NHL just fired up. October is here. My favorite month of the year by far.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's move into we're looking at the future.
We got some comments. Vicky,
Oh,
hey, Kevin, what's up? They're there.
Hey,
Facebook Live fam is
here
back.
we are. We're back, baby. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Of course, at Christian Tailgate. Okay, so and if anything happens, just go to VYPE.com, go to the live button, and we will be there as well as we are on every single show.
Kevin just told me
letting
that
you know.
it wasn't showing it earlier, and so now it is. So people can now comment, get on. It might be going in and out, but man, stick with us. We're here. We just talked about MLB the next few days coming up, and we haven't even gotten into the NFL yet.
I know. So let's do that right now. Next,
Bam!
what's hot is Brady returned home to New England. And Jeff, this is just more of a conversation topic because so many pieces happened. You saw a lot of crowd, like you saw the ovation that he had, but then fans were saying, "Oh, I can't wait to beat up on him as well. He left us. It felt like I just got in a divorce whenever he went to the Bucks." There were so many emotions last night.
Yeah, and the game was boring as hell. It was.
I figured we'd break down the game later on.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That was my emotion. I was bored.
Low scoring, I know.
It was bad weather. It was.
It was. I will say it was. I will
Yeah.
give you that. It
Oh.
was. No, but do you think so? So this is what happened after the game. You saw. I tweeted it out. Basically, they're doing all the handshakes and the hugs and stuff. Belichick just goes to Tom Brady and pats him and then leaves.
Well, yeah.
Then it comes out that they went in the
Yeah.
back and had a conversation without the media in private to talk. But first seeing that, I was just like, "Whoa, you sour, bro?
You sour, bro.
Belichick, really?"
And
And then
go ahead.
I just wonder if Belichick would come around because they know how much Tom Brady means to that city as a whole and the organization. If Belichick would be get him on the phone, "Hey, you want to come here for your last year to play?"
Well, I mean, he didn't.
No, if he has a change of heart, you think?
Oh, if he'll go back there? No. Mac Jones is the future of New England. He showed that last night. He's a young Tom Brady is what he looks like. He
Dude,
really
he
does.
gets the
That was
ball out
amazing.
so quick. He looks exactly like Brady. They were almost coached by the same person.
You are fired up. So you got up out of your chair, ooh, and then she clapped a second ago.
No, literally,
You've been singing.
I
She
was
was
watching-
dancing before we started.
Yeah, you were dancing over here. This is a Lauren Leal that I haven't seen in a while.
This is what happens when you have no social media. No, I'm just-
Yeah,
just
Facebook needs to go down a little bit more.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, he literally, Mac Jones gets the ball in his hand, gets planted, gets it out early. He is so quick and looks exactly like Tom Brady. It was crazy. I was seeing the same guy.
Yeah, they do look identical, and that's what Belichick. Now look, Mac Jones fell in the draft and basically fell in their lap, but
He did.
Brady drafts. He drafts all the guys. I mean, not Brady. Belichick drafts all the guys. So, and Mac Jones fits perfectly in what he's trying to do with that team. And look, they almost won. They should have won that game.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, I see that too.
I don't know if that's more of a where's Tampa Bay at or where's New England at. Tampa Bay, the world champs. They should have blown them out. And Tom Brady's homecoming. I get it. The weather was a little bad, but Belichick's defense, and like he said in the press conference, he's like, I've been watching Brady. We've been playing against Brady for 15 years, so they knew exactly what he does and how he does it. But I think this shows that New England is a little bit further along than people thought, and give them another year or two, and they might be up there.
I think that's a good way to put it. the Patriots are, really growing, and it was a test last night. And I do think that the Patriots should have won that game.
Yes.
I do think they
have.
should have. So Thomas, funny, he asked us, would you rather be an Eagles fan or a Texans fan?
Oh, God. Eagles.
You know what? You know what?
I hate to say that
Thomas,
real fast.
I root for Jalen Hurts. I hope the best for him in his career. I don't have a lot of faith in him, but I'm a Texans fan because that's just who I am. I'm here. I work for the Texans. I mean,
Kevin, well, you have to say that. Kevin, you're sort of predisposed.
what about you?
Eagles by far. Yeah.
Kevin Anthony
yeah.
said I'd rather kick myself in the balls than be a Texans or Eagles fan. Come on, Kevin.
The Texans game yesterday. Did you see David Mills' stat line? Oh,
They had 8 total yards in the first half.
I can't wait to pull this
8.
up. I don't know if somebody's played worse than him. I can't wait to pull this
he
up.
crumbled in the pocket. He just looked terrible.
Is
He looked
Watson at home
scared.
laughing? Or is he just in too much, personal issue trouble
I think
that he's not even?
He's mad. I feel like he wants to be out there. But I don't know. Ask him yourself if you can get a hold of him. Maybe you can pretend to be a girl and message him or
Hit me
something.
up, D. Hit me up.
What a massage.
I want to see if you were laughing.
All right, let's go to our last What's Hot, and that is tonight's matchup.
Raider Nation.
Presented by Joe Applewhite Realty. Raiders versus Chargers. Raiders, of course, once again, they have the perfect record so far, 3-0. Chargers, 2-1.
I would have worn my silver and black, but you cannot wear black on camera, as I've learned in my first few episodes of doing this.
And that is so weird because,
Man, we
yes,
match again.
we're always on the same page.
Strange. I swear to God, y'all, we don't call each other and figure this out. Like, this is
And we're wearing lighter pants. You're in khakis. I'm in white.
strange. No.
Odd.
Been working together way too long.
Hey,
I'm
it's
just
been like
kidding.
a year and a half. Come on
We need to
now.
move down to the island.
You need to move down to the island.
It's not an island. Oh, God, dude. Galveston. Y'all settle this debate. Is Galveston an island? I
Yes.
mean, I get it. Technically
Technically
it's
it is.
surrounded by water, but then if so, it's the worst island that there is. Like, I hate people that say that. I'm from the island. You're from Galveston. You're not from
It's
the
both.
island.
It's both.
Like, it's going to float away or something.
It's both.
You-
islands
You
even
don't have to
float
take
away?
a boat
No.
to get there or a plane to get there. It's a little bridge. It's not. You're not
Okay.
from the island. You're from Galveston.
Let's hope no one in Galveston is watching tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Tonight's game. More in tonight's game. Derek Carr, I'm pumping you up right now. He leads the league in passing yards with 1,203. And as a team as a whole for the Raiders, they are the 5th most points. They get the most points in the league. They're ranked 5th in that. And so they're really efficient in the passing game. But they need to see more on the ground. They're going up against a really tough defense.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Chargers is they really are good on defense. Justin Herbert takes all the attention of that team, right? It's well-deserved Rookie of the Year last year. Just an incredible quarterback coming out of college. He's the real deal over there. They found their franchise quarterback. Austin Eckler is just an all-around. He's like Christian McCaffrey, just a little smaller version, right? The Raiders have a chance to be the only other unbeaten team. Arizona won yesterday, so they're 4-0. The Raiders go into this 3-0. If they beat the Chargers, obviously it's them and the Arizona Cardinals that stand alone. But I love the Raiders in this game. Darren Waller is just a monster. Derek Carr, like you
You
said,
forget
leads the
about
league.
Joey Bosa as well for the Chargers.
I didn't forget about him.
Huh?
I said I didn't forget about him.
Well, we were talking about, the defense
Yeah.
being pretty strong.
They are. They're really good. Joey Bosa has a chance to be Defensive Player of the Year if he can stay healthy. It's going to be just an awesome game. It's San Diego versus Oakland, basically, right?
What is the spread?
The spread's 3 points. You've got San Diego -3.
And what's the over-under? That was more so my question.
The over-under is 51.5.
Okay, that sounds about right. That's what I was putting it at. I was thinking it was going to be somewhere in the low 50s to 55, 56. So
Yeah, I think both these teams are easily capable of throwing up 25 points.
Justin Herbert loves the long ball. He loves to go deep.
Yeah, and so does Carr. Carr's got what is it, Ruggs? Yeah, Henry Ruggs. That's a speedster on the outside, and then you've got Darren Waller. I guess.
And That's when they're more efficient in the passing game.
The question is Jacobs going to play, right? So he's got an injury, and they're going to try to warm him up right now. I'm sure we'll know here in the next 15, 20 minutes whether or not Josh Jacobs is going to play. If he's healthy and ready to go, man, so you get 3 points for being at home. So they're basically calling this game dead even. Right? So it's a pick-em game, basically, and I'm picking the Oakland Raiders, a.k.a. Las Vegas.
And Enrique, what are your thoughts on this game? Who are you choosing?
That's tough. I really don't know. That's pretty tough.
It's okay. I'll give you to the end of the
Yeah.
show, but
Yeah.
you're going to answer who you want to win.
Yeah. So far my picks have been pretty right. So,
Really?
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We
You
need
know
to keep
what?
a chalkboard.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
thought about this.
And we
We
can hold it
need
up.
it to go up every couple games or so. We
Yeah, and put it up.
We
and
announce
like, who,
what-
like, who,
the
who's
past
got
couple
what.
weeks, yeah, our points and stuff. All right, let's get into more of the
I'd
games
be
that
winning.
happened over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
Lies, except because I'm going to tell you exactly this one after I mention Hybrid Technologies Group. So when it comes to reliability, they're the ones that you need. We're talking about phones, cable services, surveillance cameras, and cloud services. They got it all for you. Call Roy Stanton at 832-336-1201, and that is Hybrid Technologies Group. All right, let me get back to my point. Jeff was wrong on Thursday night.
Yep.
The Bengals won. The Jaguars didn't. You had the Jags.
I had the bank. No, I did not have the Jags.
I thought you said Jags last minute. You were like, you know what, I'm thinking Bengals, but I'm going to go Jags.
That was to cover the spread, I think, not for the game. I like the Bengals. I do. T. Higgins was hurt, but I think Joe Burrow is a good.
I
a
thought
good
last
quarterback.
minute you said Jaguars for some reason. That game was 24-21, 3 points.
I forget, but
the
I'm
Bengals.
pretty sure that was just the spread. I said I'd take the Jags plus the points, and I think that they covered the spread on that one. I forget what it was. I'm sure it was more than 3 points. The Bengals are a better football team. Jaguars put up a.
The Jaguars put up some points.
They put up a fight.
They
and
did.
It was an entertaining game. And then afterwards, you saw Trevor Lawrence, get a little emotional up there. Like, he really wanted that first win. Man, something about that kid, it just irks me. I don't know if he just looks too long or something.
You can't hate on somebody's looks.
No, but it's just something about him that.
I think it's his demeanor. He's so calm.
And did you see what
It's like
his
there's
head
no
coach?
urgency there.
Did you see what his head
Excitement.
coach said?
Urban Meyer,
Yeah.
quote it.
Quote it. He said, "I'd rather somebody getting some strange by somebody twerking on him."
He had to apologize because someone was dancing on him.
And he said he'd rather. I forgot exactly.
I don't know
it was,
what
but
he
it
said.
was
He'd
something
rather
about
do something.
Yeah, it was. Somebody put it on Facebook earlier after it was up again. Like he wanted somebody to. I forget something about getting some strange and somebody twerking on him, and it was. How old is that dude? Urban Meyer's in his 60s, right?
Urban Meyer? Really?
I think.
Let's-
I mean, I guess
let's-
you can get twerked on whenever, right? Like, it doesn't matter. 60s, 70s, 80s.
Oh my gosh.
Right? I mean,
He's
but
57.
57,
All
so I'm
right.
right around there. But, I mean, the head coach saying something like that is a little outlandish.
That's weird.
You got to do better. You got to do better than that. You're running an entire franchise for a billionaire. You've got to hold your comments down. on that.
David Carrier, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yep.
Good one. No, Kevin Anthony.
So
Just no.
the bright spot for the Jaguars was James Robinson finally having a little bit of a breakout. 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. We knew Tyler Boyd was going to get his because T. Higgins was hurt.
Yep.
So he had 118 yards. Joe Burrow and the Bengals 3-1. I picked them at the beginning. We're talking about the Steelers here in a little bit too, but
Oh gosh.
I think it's the Browns and the Bengals in that division. I think the Steelers are done.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Baltimore looks a little iffy too. So
I feel like they keep sliding by with wins as well.
Yeah.
All right, the next one we'll go over. Don't have too much to say about these two. Feel free to add your thoughts on this, Jeff. But Jets got their first win over the Titans by a field goal. 27-24. Any thoughts on this game? Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Just
I was
kidding.
pissed yesterday because I have Red Zone, right? And Red Zone is an incredible channel. I highly recommend it for anybody that watches football on Sundays.
was watching.
But they
as
would
well.
not get off this Jets game because it went to overtime. And it was the boringest game possible. I was so livid because the Broncos game had tipped off, the Seattle game had tipped off, the
Do you
Green
not have
Bay
two
game had
TVs?
tipped. Well, no, not in the garage, not in the man cave. It's just one.
Okay.
But now you gave me a really good idea.
Another TV?
I'm gonna have to get another one.
That's what we were doing yesterday, watching one and then the other one
But
was
you
on
know,
the game.
there was 3 or 4 other really good football games, and we missed an entire quarter and a half. They didn't show the highlights because they were watching the Jets like slowly go down the field. Like it was just awkward. I'm like, dude,
You
who's
know what?
Jets fans anyways?
Look. Zach Wilson, first career win. Good job, kid. Good job,
whatever.
kid. Jets finally got on the board. They at least won one. Yeah. Good job. Yes. Thank you.
I say golf clap. I give him a golf clap.
I know.
Tennessee. I don't know if the Jets won or Tennessee lost because Tennessee just
Lude, dude, what's going on with Tennessee?
God, they looked terrible. They looked bad. They were missing a couple wide receivers. I understand that, but man, give Derrick Henry the ball.
Seriously.
Run.
Let him run. Let him eat.
Yeah, and Corey
Oh,
Davis.
my
Corey Davis,
gosh.
the lone spot for the Jets. Well, yeah, for the Jets. It was an interesting game for him because that's against his old team. You knew he was going to do something. I started him in fantasy, and he did really well. 111 yards, 1 touchdown.
All right, a bounce-back game was the Chiefs. They are now sitting at 500 with 2-2 after they fell and have a record below 500 for the first time in forever. They beat the Eagles 42-30. Anything impressive in this game for you?
Yeah, the Eagles have no defense. We've realized that over the last couple of weeks, but I think the Chiefs' defense is in a really bad spot. The Eagles put up 30 on them. 30.
30.
And
yeah.
After they looked terrible against the Cowboys last week, they come back and put up 30 against Kansas City.
They learned their lesson. They
that's-
learned their lesson last week.
That's interesting. They
In-
put up
in
14 in the
Arlington.
fourth. I'm scared for the Chiefs and their defense. Like, I really am. They can't stop anybody. Like, absolutely no one.
Yeah. We'll see if they turn it around. They
Jalen
did
Hurts
yesterday.
had 387 and 2 touchdowns.
Wow. See, I told you. Jalen Hurts, I told you.
Well, is that Jalen Hurts or is that Kansas City defense? I'm saying, who?
Combination of both, probably.
Wow, man. 387 and 2 touchdowns. Man.
That's a lot of yards.
That's
That
a
is
dinger.
a lot of yards. Okay, Panthers, speaking of Cowboys, Panthers at first, the Cowboys. This was a fun one.
Yeah, it was.
36-28. Second half really did it because Cowboys were on top by just a point, 14-13 at halftime. And the Cowboys, this is their 3rd consecutive win. They lost to the Bucs in week 1, and that was it. They've been winning. So is this the true Cowboys team that they were hoping for and showed what they actually can be? Statement win. A statement win for Dallas.
I don't know. Man, Cowboys fans are going to tell you yes, right? So
Yeah.
Cowboys fans are going to be like, we beat Carolina. You beat a Carolina team minus Christian McCaffrey.
I know.
And look, it was a great game. The Cowboys outscored Carolina 20-0 in the third quarter. Carolina came out just flat. Absolutely flat. They had no game plan in the third quarter. Outscored 20-0. That was the ball game right there. The Cowboys, God, I hate saying this. They look pretty good.
They look at look. When you look at their defense
They look
last
pretty
year
good.
to this year, oh my gosh.
Yep.
They're getting to the quarterback. They look like a completely different line. Let's see what else in this game. I mean, Dak had 4 touchdowns through the air. I mean, they just look like they're clicking everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
They didn't need the hard knocks at the beginning. I think that messed them up.
Thomas came up and said that there was garbage yards at 387 by Jalen. I agree with you, but the guys out there are playing really hard, and the game was still decent at that time. It wasn't like it was a blowout just yet. It was 16 to, I think, 30, and then the Eagles had a chance to stay in that game. Fourth quarter, yeah, there was a little bit of garbage, but still, you can't – Jalen Hurts the week before didn't even have 200 yards. I don't even total, and he puts up 387 on a really, really sketchy Kansas City defense. They need some defensive ends or some pressure.
I just feel like everyone's figured out Kansas City.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
That's where you really need to change up.
Tyreek Hill. Wow. Did you see how many? Did you
His
see what
one
he did?
touchdown, right?
No, he had 3 touchdowns.
Three
Tyreek
touchdowns.
Hill's numbers. Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 186 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now, granted, all 3 of them were bombs, but
Am I thinking
the
of
Chiefs' defense really, really sketchy. But I digress. We move on because we've only got about 18 minutes left.
Whoa. All right, let's go. Okay. Giants get their first win over the Saints, 27-21. I'm like, how do you even grade the Saints right now? They're 2-2. Jameis Winston, he didn't have an interception this week, but he only had 226 yards.
They put Tyson Hill in every single time they get in the red zone. This is just an awkward offense to watch. It's like they've taken Alvin Kamara. He went the whole game yesterday, first time in his career, with no pass attempts to him. None in the flat, nothing. They don't use Alvin Kamara that well, and then in the red zone, instead of using Alvin Kamara and Jameis Winston, they throw in Taysom Hill. It's so awkward to watch. I don't know where the Saints stand. Like you said, I don't know their identity at all.
So they lost to the Giants in this game, which Giants' first win. Congrats, Danny Jones. And
You're gonna
then
clap for every team that wins their first game.
yeah, I guess so. Giants. They won the Giants. They won against the Panthers. They lost against the Panthers, but they've won against the Packers and the Patriots.
Yeah, it's strange.
Who are you, New Orleans?
Very strange team. Daniel Jones went off. 28 for 40, 402, and 2 TDs, plus
44.
How many rushing yards did he have?
Danny Jones?
Yeah, he
I'm
had
not
a ton
sure.
of rushing yards, too, 60 or 70 rushing yards. He almost had 500 all-purpose yards yesterday, Daniel Jones. That is a hell of a
He
day.
was trying to get it done.
And the reason I know that is because I was playing somebody that had him on their fantasy team. And I was like, why the heck did you start Daniel Jones? And, yes, damn you, Daniel Jones.
He surprised you.
Yeah, he went off.
All right, Browns over Vikings, 14-7, low scoring game. But I did see a lot from the Vikings that was great. However, they've had 13 sacks on the year, 9 passing touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, what did you see from this game?
I thought the Vikings should have been 3-0 going into this game, and then they proved
I know
me,
you've had high praise on the Vikings.
Yeah, then they proved me wrong. Kirk Cousins only 50% completion rate in this game, only 203 yards. The Browns' defense is not that good. They're good, but Kirk Cousins and that offense should have done a lot better. Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, those guys are beasts. And then you got Dalvin Cook.
But they didn't have Dalvin Cook, right?
Yeah, they did.
They did?
And I expected more out of the Vikings. They scored 7 points in the first quarter and never scored again. And that's, man, Is this
more telling about them or the Browns, though?
Browns, I think. Browns defense looks to be really, really good. Top 5 defense in the league, probably. Especially after that showing. They look really good. I thought the Vikings had a good shot to throw up a 20, 25 points on them, but
Dalvin Cook had 34 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Browns defense looked awesome.
Alrighty, moving on to the next one, and that is the Lions and the Bears. The Bears got a win, 24-14, and it was Justin Fields' first career win.
Are you going to clap? He doesn't get a clap.
There you go.
He gets a clap. He gets a clap. He was 11-17, 209 yards, 1 interception. Will the Lions get a win this year? Doesn't matter. Justin Fields was the talk of this game. And I feel like he made a statement in the post-game press conference. Did you see that, Jeff? He was basically saying, to up his confidence, he needs to be the starter out there. In order for him to get better, he needs to be out there. Knock on Andy Dalton.
Dude, they beat the Lions. Well, way to go, Justin Fields. I just told you
It's
earlier
a win.
I just told you earlier that the Katy,
Zach Wilson.
football team might be able to hang with them at this point. Because I'm glad we're on the Lions again. Their head coach, we talked about it earlier, with his little coffee, bang, bang, and, how fired up he is and supposed to get this team, ready to go. Granted, they lost by a 66-yard field goal last week. That was terrible. But, man, dude, the Bears are not a good football team. They're not. David Montgomery went out with a knee injury. We're going to see what happens with that. But they ran all over the Lions. The Lions are a bad football team, and I feel bad for them. You're starting to see how good Sean McVay is over there with the Rams, and how bad Jared Goff is. Unless he has a really good coach like a Sean McVay, Jared Goff is not efficient and really not that good of a quarterback.
Well, guess what? Next game is versing your Raiders. Bears at Raiders.
Good luck, Bears.
And then they got Packers, and then they got Bucks, and then 49ers.
Ooh, jeez, the Lions?
No,
The
the Bears.
Oh, the Bears, yeah.
The Bears.
That's out.
Yeah.
That's not good. I don't care about the Lions schedule. They're probably going to lose all of them. Like, I think them and the Jags are in the running for the #1 pick.
Thanks, Thomas, for that stat. Andy Reid is the first coach with 100 wins for 2 different franchises.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Eat a W. Good luck with Crab Boy as your future.
What is AW?
I don't know what AW is. But do I mention Christian McCaffrey? I don't think I mention him every show.
You do quite a bit.
Well, I mean, we got to talk. I mean, that's like me saying that we mention.
We talk about every
the
team.
team.
And last week, the Texans.
I think I mentioned Justin Fields every show, too, because we're talking about football.
Well, last week, I think it's because the Panthers were in town, and we were talking about the Texans maybe
Yeah.
getting, so that's probably why he mentioned Christian McCaffrey.
I think he's thinking that I have like a man crush on CMC.
I think you do, though.
I don't.
No?
No. Just think he's a really good football player. Really good.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Texans, Bills. Oh, worst beatdown in Texans history, 40-0.
Oh, man. Let me
Davis
get to the box
Mills,
score.
dude, looks like a high school quarterback that didn't even know what he was doing.
His-
Talk about putting in Katie football right there.
His QBR, 0.8. I've never, ever seen this before. He was 11 of 21 for 87 yards and 4 interceptions.
They had eight
Wow.
yards in the first half.
Mark Ingram, 24 rushing yards. David Johnson,
Look,
21 rushing yards.
Did you watch the beginning of this game, though?
Oh, no.
Got the interception.
I
No. Josh Allen intercepted it to Lonnie Johnson. Lonnie Johnson took it down. They were 4th and 3rd. 4th and 3rd.
4th and 3.
Toss it to, 4th and 3, whatever. And toss it into the end zone to Lonnie Johnson. Incomplete. Turned it over. And that's the best thing that happened right on the first possession of the Texans.
Yeah, it was. This is, man, their head coach at the press conference afterwards looked really defeated.
Do they bring you joke about Deshaun Watson, what is he thinking at home right now? Do you think that they would even call him up for the last, at least the end of the season, the stretch of games?
I don't know. But you cannot throw Davis Mills out there again. This kid is not good. Their next game is versus the Patriots.
Yep.
Chalk that up to an L.
Yep.
Colts, chalk that up to an L. Cardinals, Rams, Dolphins, Titans. Their next chance to win, which is going to be a really fun game to watch, is the Jets on Thanksgiving around there.
Well, so that's the thing. One of my other colleagues predicted all losses for the month of October. So
yeah, I would think that their next chance to win will be versus the Jets on November 28th at
And
12
then maybe
o'clock
the
on
Jags.
CBS.
and then the Jags, right?
No, I think the Jags, the Jaguars are on the 19th of December. So
December. I thought it was November. My bad.
Texans look. Well, maybe they lose out too and draft another quarterback. I don't know, man. Davis Mills. Wow, man. And I understand people are going to say Peyton Manning broke the interception record his rookie year, but, man, this kid just looks lost. Like, he's not even calling the right plays at the line. I mean, he just looks absolutely lost out there.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He just looks lost. Like, poor kid. Let's try to get it together, Davis Mills.
Good luck out there, bud.
Okay, so the Colts at Dolphins, 27-17. Colts' first win of the season. I didn't realize we had so many first wins.
Where's the clap? Thank you.
Carson Wentz was
Sorry,
24 of 32 for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, Jacoby Brissett was 20 of 30 for 199 with 2 touchdowns. Who won the quarterback battle here?
Carson Wentz looked terrible. I know they won the game, and he was 20. He was overthrowing people that are 10 yards away from him. I mean, like by 5 yards. I watched this game, and Carson Wentz is a bad quarterback. Like, he is not that good. I don't know.
You had so much faith in him. You had so much faith in him.
I thought he was serviceable, but he's just not that good of a quarterback. They squeaked out a win. Great way to go. 1-3 Dolphins and 1-3 Colts. The bright spot in this game was Jonathan Taylor finally playing well for the Colts. He looked pretty good. He had 3 or 4 really good runs and a touchdown, 103 total. The Colts, look, they get to play the Texans and the Jaguars, right? Both 2 times each. So they're going to have some wins this year.
Yeah. David Carrier said he was truly impressed by Mac Jones last night. We were too. We broke down that game earlier. Like, yes.
Sorry, you guys, if
Yes.
y'all missed a little bit of the show because Facebook was having issues when we first started. But go back, watch it at the very beginning of the show. We talked about baseball. We had David Carrier and Smarter Mortgage break down MLB scoreboard and standings and all that stuff. But, yeah, it's on there. Go back and look at it. And we had a lot of fun at the beginning of the show. Sorry it took so long, but as you all know, with the social media stuff today, they just had some issues.
Yep, we've done the best that we could, and we're back. All right, and if anything goes down, just go to VYPE.com. We are there for every single show. You click on the live button, and then you got Sports with
Guess
VYPE.
who's
You
back?
got us.
Shady's
Back again.
back.
You know who's back? Washington is back. They won over the Falcons 34-30. I think that score was a lot closer than the game was, or maybe I may be wrong in Jeff's eyes. But I thought it was a fun ending. Taylor Heineke, though, he really went out there and scrambled.
Did he get his first win?
The Washington?
No, Taylor Heineke. No, they're 2-2, so he didn't.
I'm about to say Washington's 1-1.
Well, I think that was.
Yeah, they're 2-2.
Yeah, but did Ryan Fitzpatrick start that first game?
You know what? I am a little unsure.
I think that might have been Taylor Heineke's first win, and if he doesn't get a clap, well, thank you.
We're doing claps today. All right. Apparently,
Lauren's
it is.
in a mood.
What do they call those?
What?
What do they call those when a team doesn't lose but they won like emotionally?
Oh gosh.
What are those called?
I don't
What are those
know.
called?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm
but
talking about, people.
Somebody.
That's what I feel like we're doing here.
Yeah. Washington did win. They lost today,
Participation.
though, because the FBI raided the Washington football team's building today because of a trainer, some federal investigations going on. Not a good look, again, for the Washington football team.
Why?
In trouble with the
They
FBI.
are cursed.
I don't know about cursed or just, bad. We don't know the details of it, but the offices of all Washington football team got raided today by the FBI. Very interesting situation over there going on.
I didn't mean no. I didn't mean to do that.
Wow.
No, I didn't. I just saw David Carrier's comment, so I literally just clapped. I didn't mean.
Jeez.
All right. Seattle.
Josh
versus San
Jacobs.
Francisco.
Josh Jacobs is active tonight for the Oakland Raiders, so
Oh.
good night, San Diego.
Oh, is that a?
Well, hey, so I'm going to go home. I'm going to mark it down today. We'll do Mondays and Thursdays games, and then we'll keep a chalkboard of who's got a better record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So at the end of the
Sounds
show,
good.
at the end of the show, we'll give our picks, which is
Alright.
5 minutes.
All right. So Seahawks versus 49ers, 28-21.
Great
the
football
Seahawks,
game.
I think deserve this win. They finally, I think they're 2-2. Yep.
Dude,
Yep. They're
I
both
had
2-2.
Jimmy Garoppolo in one of my DraftKings, right? And
Why?
I was up there. He was playing good. He had me 10-something points in the first half. All I needed him to do was be serviceable. The rest of my team was killing it. He goes out with a calf injury.
Just got a notification
unbelievable,
though
man.
that
I
he
was-
might be back for this week's game.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm even more pissed.
Okay, what do you think?
You better stay out a couple of games. You just ruined my $10,000 chance on DraftKings.
Trey Lance came out with 2 touchdowns.
Trey
what
Lance
did you
looked
think
good.
of his performance?
I don't like his delivery. I think it takes a little bit too long. It's
That's
almost
always been the case, though. I feel like.
Yeah, it's almost Colin Kaepernick-ish. It just takes a while. It's almost like
How fitting for the 49ers.
I know, right? And it looks like it takes a while for it to get out of his hands, which in turn gives defenses a great way to read him. Trey Lance, he's got a cannon, but he needs to work on getting that ball out quicker. Like Mac Jones, we talked about earlier, how quick he throws the ball. And Tom Brady,
Looks
he's gotten faster.
exactly like Tom Brady. All right, let's get over these games. We only got a couple minutes here left. Cardinals versus Rams, 37-20. Kyler Murray, Cardinals, are they the real deal? Are they contenders? Are they going to the Super Bowl? Everyone is saying yes now because of.
Kyler Murray's hard to stop. They look like the Chiefs 2 years ago with Kyler Murray running around like they do. They just look real young. You got Hopkins out there. Nobody's figured out Kyler Murray yet. Give the defenses a while to get used to him, and we're going to probably see the same thing. But right now, yeah, Cardinals look good.
Steelers versus Packers, 27-17. We mentioned Ben Roethlisberger earlier.
God.
I mean, what do you do right now? Do you take him out and do you put in Dwayne Haskins, Rudolph, Mason Rudolph? Do you try to keep him in there? Like, what do you do?
Let me pull up Ben's box score right here. 26 of 40, which is way under 50%. 232, one touchdown, one interception. QB rating of 78. In today's NFL, you need to have a 100-plus QB rating, and you need to have a 69 to 73% completion. And Ben Roethlisberger is not even close. Not even close. The only bright spot of the Pittsburgh Steelers right now is Najee Harris, who looks to be a monster. So maybe he'll help them to a win or two, but I don't know what you do with Big Ben. I don't.
That's why I wonder, did you just move on from him, or like, this is his farewell tour, or this is his last hurrah?
Oh,
Do you keep
hope.
him in there, though?
You hope. I mean, he didn't say that he's retiring, but man, dude. Like,
Shoot. I think
ouch.
that says it. I think this says it.
They're 1-3.
Ravens versus the Broncos, 23-7. Oh, poor Teddy Bridgewater. Drew Lock comes in with an interception. He finished with 113 yards. But we mentioned before this, okay, obviously the Ravens got the win, but who is this Ravens team? I feel like they're piecing together wins.
Teddy Bridgewater looked. It made me mad too because right after Garoppolo goes out, I had Teddy Bridgewater in the afternoon games in a DraftKings, and he went out of the game. So I was throwing stuff in my garage. But the Broncos looked really good right before this game. I hope that Bridgewater is okay. I don't know exactly what his injury is. We'll figure it out by Thursday. We'll tell you guys. We'll have an injury report ready for y'all on Thursday. But the Broncos are a really good team, but the Ravens are 3-1. I mean, they are. As ugly as their wins have been, they are still 3-1.
And so are the Tampa Bay Bucks. We talked about the game a little bit earlier between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, 19-17. We thought that the Patriots kind of honestly earned this win. The Bucks just found a way. And I think, the scoring kind of tells a story of that. But both defenses were great.
Yeah, it was a non-entertaining game to watch. It was built up to be this incredible thing. I'm glad they gave Brady a good reception coming in. They cheered for him as well as they should. I mean, he won them a bunch of titles, and he'll probably retire as a Patriot.
I think it's so funny because everybody else that's not in New England for the last 20 years have been like, oh, I hate the Patriots because they always win. They always get the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. I hate Tom Brady. But now the fact that all that has happened in the drama and he's in Florida now, it's like, oh, I want the best for him. I hope this game is great.
I love the Bucks.
I love them. It's just kind of funny to see the turnover. I mean, and I'm not going to lie. I've been one of them, too. Like, I've been like, okay, deserves to go out on top.
Well, NFL's back in full swing, y'all. I can't wait for next week. I can't wait till Thursday to break down Sunday's games coming up. There's a bunch of great matchups coming up. But let's get to some NCAA real quick. Brought to you by Construction Concepts, changing corporate culture one design at a time. Hospitality, corporate, luxury, retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts will exceed your expectations. Give them a call, 713-589-2682. That's buildithouston.com. Josh and Mark over there, they are awesome. Number one, look, there's only two teams in college football. Let's just be real.
Alabama.
Alabama and Georgia. That's it. Like, I mean, they are. It's not even close. It's so weird.
But the Red River Shootout is going to be this weekend, and Texas and Oklahoma are like pairing up to look really good against each other. I think that's going to be a really fun game to watch.
Great, y'all are all playing for second place. Like, I mean, dude, Georgia.
I'm just saying, it's going to be a fun game.
Georgia blanked the number 8 team in the nation, Arkansas.
Dude, Arkansas, I don't even want to hear it. I'm
blanked
glad.
them 37-0.
You had it coming.
Yeah, Alabama was up 35-7 on Ole Miss before Ole Miss just scored 2 junk touchdowns late, which made it 42-21. Other than that, Alabama blew the number 12 team out. Look, these two teams meet up in the regular season, so they're going to have two matchups. You're going to see them in the regular season. You're going to see them in the final. But this is all barring injuries. We know a lot of things can happen in college football. There were some major quarterback injuries this past week in college football, so watch out for that. But Alabama and Georgia are just monsters.
Who else put it on them this weekend? The freaking University of Houston Cougars. That's right, 45-10 over Tulsa. It's just Tulsa, but it's a huge win and domination.
Did you just mention Tulsa?
They just won over Tulsa. Huge.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
all
Thank
right.
you. I needed that. Thank you. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. You would do the same if it were Memphis.
Mississippi State beat the number 15 Texas Fighting A&M Aggies. Aggies look terrible. They're 2-2.
So Aggies have got to get it together. Jimbo Fisher, you're getting in hot water. You need to do something.
And Kevin, you're not going to like this. As you saw, Auburn scored 14 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to beat LSU down in Baton Rouge. LSU Tigers are now 3-2. Auburn's 4-1.
Ed Ogeron, you are not as good as you cranked up Joe Burrow.
Well, that's your college. That's basically your college. Let's go down the rankings real quick, see if too much has changed. Alabama and Georgia. Iowa moves up to number 3. So you're going to tell me that Iowa can handle Alabama or Georgia? There's
No
not
way.
even close. Here's the teams right after Alabama, Georgia. Iowa, Penn State. Penn State might lose 50-0 to Georgia. Maybe. Like that would be embarrassing. And that's the number 4 team in the country. Cincinnati, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan. BYU rounds out your top 10. Good for BYU for cranking up into the top 10.
David,
They're above Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's number 14.
Given Ed Ogeron chances, I just don't think he's. Yeah, no. He
That's
had a
your
lucky year.
That's your college football rankings.
Kevin Anthony White Sox suck. Yes.
Yeah. Look, tomorrow
Go
night.
Astros, let's go.
Tomorrow night, huge baseball game. Yankees at the Boston Red Sox in Fenway in a 1-game playoff. Wednesday night, you've got the Cardinals in L.A. for a 1-game playoff. The L.A. Dodgers might only be in 1 game in the playoffs this year. That's absolutely insane. And then, of course, you've got the Astros and White Sox kicking off Thursday. Time to be determined, but we all know the Astros are playing the afternoon game, so don't kid yourself.
All right. Yeah.
You know they're not giving us a primetime spot, so y'all
We may be
don't
on-
even come close to thinking that. All y'all got to take off work at 3 o'clock.
So it may be going on right when we start our show. So yeah, we'll be keeping you updated that on Thursday. Hopefully Facebook stays up so we can be back with you. If not, go to VYPE.com, go to live, and we will be there. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Yep,
Monday
thanks,
Night
Christian's
Sports with VYPE.
Thanks, Christian's Tailgate. Thank David Carrier over there at Smarter Mortgage. Give David a call. We even got his pretty mugshot up. He can see it now. 281-650-0648. Get your refinancing and purchase your home through David. He is the man.
Now, man. All right. Thanks so much to Hybrid Technologies Group. They will help you out with all of your service, your cable, any of these needs. Give Roy Stanton a call, and his number is 832-336-1201. Once again, that's Hybrid Technologies Group. And, of course, Joe Applewhite and Joe Applewhite Realty. Everything he touches turns to sold. Give him a call at 713-291-5270. And that is Jeff Michael.
Construction
On the mic.
Construction Concepts. They build stuff. 713-589-2682. Give him a call. All right, real quick, Enrique, tonight you've got your Las Vegas Raiders at San Diego Chargers. The line is -3. Who you got?
Chargers by a field goal.
Chargers.
Okay, by 3.
All right, Chargers. Gotcha.
I'm going with Chargers.
Silver and black, baby. Silver and black. Let's take the Raiders. I love them. I think they moved to 4-0 to join the Arizona Cardinals.
However, I mean, I see this going either way.
This should be fun. This should be a fun
It'll
game.
be a good game.
A really, really fun game.
I'm just going for the Chargers.
Unlike the Texans, 40-0.
Hey.
Anyways,
We
go
all
U of
know.
H over Tulsa.
45-10, baby. 45-10.
They scored 45 points on Tulsa. I didn't even know Tulsa had a college.
Yes, it does. I've been there before.
All right, y'all.
The Center is.
We'll see y'all Thursday at 6 p.m., man. Stay safe, and, yeah, we're out of here.
We had fun tonight. Bye, guys.